What is going on, everybody? Jumbo Thick here. We are back with more Emberfell Whispers from the Stars. I, of course, will be your GM, your DM for the night, Jumbo Thick. We have the entire cast and crew for the 101st session, since not all of us made it for the 100th. But, we made it to 101. Let's start off with introductions from my left, starting with Andrea.
Hi, I am Zune. I am currently a Crystal Dragon Bard.
Mm,
Um, we'll see how long that lasts. Hopefully, we get out of this cave. Yay.
exactly. Let's slide on down to Doobie 209.
Heyo, I play Tristan Varel, High Elf Time Wizard. I'm hoping I'm about to power level up to like level 16
Power level.
by
Got
the
it.
end of the
Yes.
session.
Oh, by the end of the session. Cool.
End of the
Okay, cool.
session. I'm calling
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. Let's slide on over to Dan Decker.
Oh, hey everyone. Yeah, I hated having to miss that 100th session, but we carry on. And I will be playing Resiah for the first. I have no idea what situation we might be in. I don't know. It could be peril, it could be I didn't even know Zoom was a dragon, huh? So
You're about to find out.
I'm about to find out.
Let's slide on over to Kayla.
Hello, I play Velree, Vampire Barbarian, and also missed the 100th episode. My bad, but I'm excited that Zoom the dragon. I wish I was a dragon.
Well, maybe you can be one day. Who knows? And last but not least, the mighty Jumbo Smooth.
Hello, everyone. I am Jumbo Smooth. I'll be playing Rogar, Son of Amu, this evening. He is a 7'5", 400 Dragonborn from the Great White North, and he's got a deep cleaver to his weapon. But yeah, that's him. And he only has 3 hit points right now.
He is severely hurt. So, last we left off, the crew has found themselves deep, deep in the Underdark, in finally having tracked down the Dark Marshal in the ancient city of Clayserai. The Marshal appeared to be captured by deep drow, which you realize, after fighting them, have either made some kind of dark pact or have gotten themselves mixed up in something aberrant, as they mostly do not resemble drow any longer. Many of them appearing to take on insect-like features with bizarre abilities, some becoming crystalline, while others appear to have something literally living within them. You ventured, managed to escape from the clutches of a dragon, as well as a figure from Rogar's past, and interest to some of the party. Coming to blows with these deep drow and their various strange possibilities that have been undertaken. Following a chanting call that led you to the Marshal and a strange, bizarre ritual that was taking place in the remnants of a makeshift coliseum of sorts, surrounded by tuning forks that were amplifying this deep, booming chant that was happening, amplified by not only the tuning forks, but several of the other more insectoid-like deep drow, as well as some kind of priest or shaman figure that was conducting the ritual over what appears to be the Marshal himself. The ritual to bring something through the material was taking place with a what I would call a seer and an inquisitor of the deep, helming this dark rite. However, Zune became a literal dragon after drinking the very almost legendary potion you guys discovered just a few sessions before, becoming a crystal dragon in all his glory, with some Zune-like features to his person, of course. Descending on the ritual, the rest of the crew focusing on stopping the deep drow. The ritual was ultimately thwarted, and the marshal lies on this sacrificial altar, somewhat unmoving, in the wake of you slaying pretty much all of the individuals that surrounded you. The thrumming stopped. The bizarre staff that the seer was using rests at his side, some feet away after being ripped to pieces. His body is turned into almost like a solid crystal at this point. It's all become quite literally rigid. You might be able to stand up the broken pieces and leave them statuesque if necessary. I believe most of the party took some damage at some point during the fight, with the exception of probably Zune being a dragon. But as the dust begins to settle, especially after Razire's miraculous display, he demolished and destroyed a fair number of individuals last session, I might add. Literally slicing them to pieces with walls of blades and other things of that sort.
Go me.
Regardless, though, all of you are able to gather yourselves, picking yourselves up, venturing towards the altar. I will remind you, the altar itself is just... It appears to be made out of simple stone, but it's almost strangely marked and grooved with eldritch symbols. You'd also remember that there were a ring of pillars around the outside of the altar that each had a flayed and oddly posed body of the Dark Marshal's party. They appeared to be posed to make some kind of symbols of some kind, and it was hard to look at them, not just because it was disgusting, but because they may have begun to start to affect your mind if you stared at them too long. As you guys have definitely noticed that there are aspects of the far taking place in this setting. So, with that out of the way, all of you are able to gather near the altar. What would you like to do?
I'd like to use my gargantuan paw and scatter the bodies without looking at them because I don't want to look at that. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
You just begin to start smashing some of the corpses.
Not smashing, scattering, kind of like a cat, like scoops that are just kind of...
Just chucking them.
Yeah.
With such prestigious strength that Zoom now has, feels so mighty. Just able to just start throwing things. I will say Zoom's like 23, 24 feet long. Gargantuan creature right now. Giant crystalline wings, they're somewhat detached from the back, allowing him to fly. I imagine some kind of crystal-like boa around his neck.
Just teeny little. I think last time we established it was an ascot.
Ascot, there we go. Yes.
Boa,
yes.
Yeah.
I want to ask Zoom if I can. May I please get on your back and
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You have carried me many times, Velree.
That's right.
Allow me to return the favor.
Do we need healing or anything? Because
Desperately, Rogar does desperately.
All right. Well, let's.
But wait, he took necrotic damage. Can he recover at all?
Yes. You can recover
Just
to a certain point, I believe.
Yeah, to a certain point.
Here.
Until now that lasts until a long rest, just so you know.
Whoa! Here come a big old thunder.
Yeah, I saw
The
that.
power doesn't go out.
So the guy is still laying on the altar?
Yes.
Yes. The Dark Marshal lies on the altar somewhat. He's relatively stripped down. There has been literal carvings etched into his flesh.
Yikes.
Almost like they were marking him from his hands to his throat down to his navel are just carvings ripping through his skin. It's in tatters. His eyes are vacant and open, his mouth agape with some kind of scream on his lips. He does have trousers on, thank God, but you can imagine that he is not moving right now.
Can I make a perception or some type Like checking him out, before I try to like move his body, maybe.
You
Or-
reach out and touch him, Trist. You have a very high intelligence score. Now, you're not trained in medicine, are you?
Uh,
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Rogar.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and you do that. So Trist, you don't have medicine proficiency?
no proficiency.
Okay. You are supremely intelligent. So I won't give you any thorough details, but you reach out and you touch the body. And though it is warm, you feel his throat and there is no pulse. This man is dead.
Hmm.
Now, if you'd like to see how long he's been dead, you can make me a medicine check.
I'm okay on that part.
Rogar got
So
13
are we all
HP.
on the? We're all on the platform, or
Yes, all of
Okay.
you would be gathered with the exception of Zune and Velree. Zune is currently tossing the bodies kind of like up into the equivalent of the stands of the Colosseum, just like throwing things while Velree rides him and all his dragon excellence.
never-ending story style.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, I will then turn to the two companions I have on the platform, and seems that we are too late, as the Dark Marshal has apparently passed on. No.
Rosiah, could you perhaps check to see if he can be restored?
Absolutely, huh? What are we trying to restore? This dead person?
The dead guy, yes.
Yeah. I have Revivify, but I don't know if I have components.
Revivify is good if he's only been dead within a minute.
Oh, right. How long
Now,
has he been dead? Wow.
You don't know.
Don't
Give
know.
me a medicine check, Rosiah.
Medicine check. All right, let's see. I'm at 1 level of exhaustion, so would that be it?
It will be at disadvantage, unfortunately.
May her divine lady inspire a 13.
13's not bad. You can tell that this man has not been dead long. You might think at the cusp of the ritual, he probably met an untimely end. However, if you act quickly enough, and you have the spell slot,
I do.
you can bring him back at this exact moment, Rosiah.
I will cast Revivify on him.
Okay.
I hope he doesn't wake up screaming and yelling.
Do you have the components, Rosiah?
Well, let's see what they require.
It's not
no,
much.
I don't have. Well, it's 300 gold. Diamonds worth 300 gold piece,
Yes.
which the spell consumes.
Mm-hmm.
And
You guys don't. You guys don't have that.
I bet. Do we have any diamonds in the bag of holding?
Don't think
We
so.
don't
Like diamonds.
We went on a big
Diamonds,
spending
the
spree.
diamonds in my helm would be because they'll just disappear,
Yeah, you have diamonds in your helmet.
but they'll be consumed.
They will be consumed.
Yes.
Yeah, like
Do
by
it.
taking them off the helmet.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Don't we have? Is it just diamond dust that we got from the matron's house, or was it actually diamonds?
I mean, I would allow diamonds to work, but if you have to have them though. If you guys have been keeping track.
Right. I know that we grabbed a bunch of stuff out of the matron's secret room, and that's where I thought we had diamonds, but I wasn't keeping track of. I wasn't collecting the stuff. I was just throwing it into the bag.
You guys tell me, do you have any or not?
I don't have diamond dust listed.
Yeah, I don't have a record of having diamonds.
Okay.
Pluck them off the helmet.
If I do, it'll go away. Like we won't be able to use it for the spell because it's consumed by taking it off the helmet.
They do. Yeah, as soon as you remove them from the helm, they turn in. They like smash and cast a spell, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
yeah. That's yeah.
So
Damn. That's a negative, Ghost
it's
Riders.
a negative. So, unfortunately, Rosiah, you kind of place your hands over the man and think about what you could have done, but
Oh,
You do not have the
without the
necessary...
diamonds, there is
Can't
no
we-
hope.
Can't we put his body into stasis? Haven't we done that before?
You can. Rosier has
Can we
spells that
do
do that
that?
as well.
Can we put his body into stasis, please?
We will do. What does that?
I can gentle repose.
There you go, because I
that
don't
is the
have
spell.
that prepared.
Are you going to cast a Trist?
Yeah, if we're in agreement, I will
Yeah.
pull out some of my materials. It takes 11 minutes.
It does.
Then we will guard you as you prepare your spell.
While I'm doing that, if anyone needs to do any looting, if that hasn't been done yet, I will cast
Trist,
gentle repose.
you begin to cast your spell. Who's going to be looking for goodies? Some loot, one might say. It's not going to be Trist. Trist is casting a spell right now.
What kind of checks would you want?
Investigation check.
Investigation. I got a negative, or not a negative, but no positive in investigation. But I may as well look around.
Probably Rogar.
Rogar better.
Yeah, probably a good idea to make
for
Rogar.
See that, baby? I see it. Rogar, make your check, please.
All right.
24. Impressive.
24.
Impressive, Rogar. So.
Oh, sorry. It's it would be just 19.
That would be the single roll. Yeah.
I
19.
forgot I'm exhausted.
That's okay.
Oh.
So still 19 is pretty damn good. You begin to, you're just so used to looting corpses. All of you being somewhat, I might say, murder hobo-ish. You begin to roll some of the bodies. Zune has dashed away the vast majority of the insect-like corpses, just thrown them to the stands, while the rest of you are kind of looking around, specifically Rogar and Rosier. You move over towards the more feminine corpse, the one that I refer to as the where are you? Not the seer. Ritual. Damn it! Where's it? The Inquisitor? Okay. The Inquisitor has a dagger on her person. It has a strange symbol attached to it. It appears to be very well crafted, and it is dripping with some kind of black liquid from the tip of the blade. Other than that, you find bits of paper that is scrawled over in some kind of strange language, and nothing else of really note. You also find on the seer, you move over to him and you see that his body has become crystalline. However, give me a Arcana check.
Ooh.
Yes, Professor Rogar.
The Professor Rogar.
17. You recognize there's something oddly familiar about his corpse, Rogar, as you look at him. As you look closely, you determine that his body has become pure ember, a very powerful spellcasting component that can be used
diamonds?
for all kinds of things, with a possible drawback. You would know that specifically, Trist has some of this as well. He has some refined ember. It usually is refined into various colors, but it can be used to greatly boost one's physical or arcane prowess, among many other situations. It can also be used to substitute spellcasting components.
So he's turning into the raw form of it?
His entire body is a raw ember crystal.
You said it can be used to substitute spell components,
It can.
like diamond does.
It can substitute anything.
Like a
Nice.
bag of holding.
It can also be used to power magical devices and things that are far beyond the normal scale. You've seen rocks, not even as big as this corpse that you see now. Some of these raw ember rocks are used in the anchors around Silver Dry that keep it from shifting and moving with the Underdark.
Because we could use it to cast Revivify if that guy's still viable.
If you chipped off enough of it, yes, you could.
Harness it.
Yeah. What do we need to break it off? Use my.
I will say at this point, he's past the point of just Revivify. He would be to your next one. However, in this raw form, if you could chip off, there's plenty. That you don't need that much really to cast the next level, which I believe is 500 gold pieces. It should be Raised Dead, I think. If you have it prepared, Rosire.
Do not have Raised Dead prepared.
Okay. Well, you could prepare it upon your next long rest, if necessary.
Yeah. How long will...
Well, he's had Gentle Repose cast on him, but Raised Dead is good for like 10 days, I think.
Gotcha.
Something like 7 or 10 days.
I do have Raised Dead. I just don't have the spell slot for it.
Oh, okay. Well, that could be an issue.
Yep. So, with a long rest, we could do it.
But this is a human-size, humanoid shape body. In its crystalline form, it weighs 250 pounds.
Damn it. Can I just take an arm?
Do you say after you finish casting Gentle Repose?
Yeah, because Tristan has used.
Oh yes, you have
the blue version of Ember, I believe. It's the spell casting one. I didn't know there was another form of it.
Oh yeah, it's in its raw form. It has a strange, almost aquamarine hue to it. It can be refined to many different, adding different substances. You can refine it to do many different things. But this is raw. I will also add that Trist would know for sure. Rogar recognizes what it is, but he doesn't recognize the hazards of raw ember. Trist, you would know that it can be quite hazardous to your not only physical but mental health to handle raw ember. One might say your mind might begin to break in many pieces. It has very bizarre qualities.
Rogar, I know you'll dabble in the alchemical. If you would like, you might be able to snatch off a piece of this, and we could use it for things.
That sounds like a good idea.
Eventually just smash it. We could just collect what's there.
Okay. You could, is that what you want to do, Rogar?
Whatever fits into the bag.
Rogar wants to see if there's anything else on the other bodies first, and then go back to the Ember body.
Now, the other bodies were mostly not human anymore. They don't have like clothes.
Oh, okay.
they don't have places to put things on them. The only two that were somewhat humanoid within the structure were the Seer and the Inquisitor.
Okay.
And that's pretty much all you find on them, with the exception of also on the Seer. You do see laying next to him is a statue, small statue. I shouldn't say small. It's about 12 inches tall. Carved from a green soapstone that resembles a swirling of tentacles with eyes and mouths jutting out of them at bizarre and strange angles and sizes. as you see the statue Rogar, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Damn it.
19. As you look at it, your vision begins to dim for a moment, and you begin to hear whispers, subtly, like in your mind, and you steel yourself and look away, Rogar.
Rogar's gonna, I guess, grab one of the added remains of one of the other things and just kind of throw it over that statue.
Okay, covering it.
Don't look at that statue. It is strange. This ember, though. How do we retrieve this? Is it volatile? If I strike it, will it explode?
I've never handled it in its raw substance form. I believe it would just kind of crumble into maybe a powder or little chunks of ember.
If I strike it,
If you gave it a strike. Or
perhaps
you
you
could
would come
snap
over
off
here
a piece.
guide me.
Of course. I have enough health to be able to do so.
Okay. We're going to end poorly. Rogar's going to smash it with his sword.
With what? With your sword?
His sword. Yeah.
You summon the cleaver, and you begin to smash it. The first strike, you prepare yourself, give a big swing. Give me a strength check, Rogar.
Strength check. Oh, shit.
26. Very good. How is that possible?
Oh,
How
yeah,
is
that's
that
true.
possible?
Oh, I'm under the influence of the
I think he took the frost giant potion.
Frost
That's
giant.
right. That's right. Okay. You're right. I'll just give it to you with a natural 20. You raise the cleaver overhead, and right as you do, you feel the substance almost vibrate as you hit it, and you push further and further, and then you see cracks begin to form, and then the statue shatters into 5 large pieces, one for each body part. You have like a torso, 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head that are kind of like laying there.
All right. How many should we take? Should we take all of them?
If you can fit it in the bag, I believe we could take all of them.
The bag is quite empty currently.
Ooh.
And there is a total of 7 pounds in the bag.
I wouldn't mind having a head of ember in my humble abode.
Then we'll just shove it all in the bag.
Velree yelled at that. Just shove it in.
Being very careful, I'm assuming, to not touch it with your bare hands. Use the sword kind of like a pooper scooper. You have the bag open and you're just kind of like, just kind of like shoving it in the best you can. It takes a little bit of time, but you collect the seer's corpse full of raw ember. After that is collected, I will say it probably is going to, between Trist's spell and then carefully collect. Well, you could have done that while you were collecting, while he was casting his spell. So probably only about 10 or 15 minutes have passed. Now, Zune's dragon form is only good for an hour, I think.
Yep. Just 1 hour. So we've gone through about 15 and 45.
Yeah, so Zune's got about 45 minutes of dragon time left if you guys are going to do something.
I don't know what there is to do.
Well, I guess we just need to. If we want to do something else, we can stay here, I guess, and search for more things, I guess, or we can try to, again, run the risk of upsetting an elder god and teleport back to the old.
Point of note, I should have
Yes.
mentioned this. After
Oh, yes.
10 minutes have passed, so before you get to the 15-minute mark,
Mhm.
all of you feel a rumbling sensation throughout the ground.
Mhm.
It's quick,
Oh.
almost like a tremor, and then it
Is it-
stops.
Okay. Ooh, that's probably not good.
Yeah, we got time to go. How are we gonna carry the Dark Marshal?
I assume we would teleport back, unless we are trying to. I guess we could. It
I'm
took
gonna
2
need
days.
about 45 minutes before we can teleport back. So I don't think I can make it through the port, and I don't think I can end this.
You as a dragon, you can. I will allow you, Zune, if you would choose, you could attempt to make yourself into a more appropriate size.
A wormling?
Basically, you could use, not necessarily, you can't use the full feature to make yourself look like anybody, but I would allow you to essentially shapeshift into like a dragonborn version of yourself.
Shit.
Yes. 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 1,000 times yes.
Yes.
Rogar better watch out.
Yeah. Like,
So,
so
Rogar, you witness as Zune summons quite a bit of strength, mental fortitude, I should say. I'm assuming you put
A lot of
Velree
that.
down before you do so.
I probably don't, but I probably should.
Okay.
Yeah.
And utilizing some of your bardic magic and inspiration, you're able to collapse yourself down. And as you do, you take on some of this shifting maneuvers. You watch as Zune goes from a quite large creature, because it suddenly morph slowly. Takes about a minute or so. And then what is left is a dragonborn Zune standing
Yay!
a little bit further away off, looking out at the rest of you.
So cool. But anyway, Rogar, do you think the champion would find this attractive? And not that I would be interested in him at all. I'm just saying, like, is this kind of? Do I make a hot dragonborn Rogar? Don't answer that, Rogar, unless you're going to say something
I don't know
nice.
why you're asking him, Zune. I'm gonna tell you look hot as fuck.
Thank you, Velree. That is the affirmation I was looking for, Rogar. Thank you, Velree, the non-dragonborn.
This is what I'm here for. Your best friend, the one you should always confide
Thank
in.
you.
It's fine.
It's true. She's got my back. Rogar.
Literally.
All right, let's go.
How are we leaving?
Where are we going?
And where are we going? What's
I'm
happening?
We
assuming-
need to drop off the Dark Marshal,
Yeah, I assume we had to go back to the city of Silver Eye.
Okay.
like my mansion.
The professor's abode,
In
I
his
believe,
room?
is still. Yeah.
Yeah. And did we say we were bringing him back alive or dead? Did she specify?
She didn't specify.
Okay, then we're good. We still get the
I
mansion,
mean,
and
we still might be able to bring him
Why
back
not both?
alive, technically.
oh, we're definitely bringing him back. But yeah, it's great. Let's go. It's teleporting.
The only thing, I mean, there's not much we can do. I guess it's really the only choice we have. Just remember, the dark forces that await us in the in-between.
Oh God,
And
I forgot about
our
that.
destination.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
Apparently, Trist and Zune have.
it's okay. I think I'm on okay terms with the mini eyeballs. based on what they did last time. I think we're okay right now. It's okay.
Who's casting this spell?
Oh God, probably the one that's better at casting, Trist. I vote Trist.
I don't have any way of teleporting us.
Oh geez. Well
In
then,
terms
I
of
guess it's
in
me.
terms of the teleportation spell, I don't have that.
Okay, then I'll do it. Let me see if I even have the spell.
Do you
Let
have
me
the
check,
spell
let me check.
slots soon?
Oh crap! I don't have them because I'm a dragon. Sorry, I can't cast magic because I'm.
Well,
Me.
I could
Put on the helmet.
use this helmet.
Okay.
Yes,
I
you
mean-
could, Rogar.
We do have a teleportation circle at the potion shop.
Oh man, this is just.
It
What's
worked
the
once
plan,
before,
Rogar?
but it was only
It's
60
worked
feet.
once.
It was only like
Put it-
200 feet.
You put it
Yeah.
on Rogar?
Well, think real hard, Rogar.
All right.
Everything goes quiet.
Good
like
luck,
magneto.
Rogar.
Yes. What do I do?
You put on the cobbled samurai-like helm that was crafted by a quite ingenious but young individual. Gilbert, may he forever live. And as you place it on your head, you feel the thrum as you and Trist had managed to get this thing working finally in your exile on one of the islands out at sea.
That's when we blew it up.
You did. You blew it up one time. But you managed to fix it, so it's fine. So, Rogar, you put it on. Where are you trying to go?
To the professor's permanent circle that he showed us before we left in Silver on the Tower of Wizardry and Witchcraft.
You know, am I giving you now? I'm making the DC harder because you can't even tell me its name. I hate you for this.
The tower.
I mean, that's pretty close.
It's called Cinderbane Tower. It is the witchcraft and
Cinderbane
wizardry.
Tower.
How
Okay.
fucking dare you?
How
How dare you? How dare you right now?
I think it was Josiah broke the elevator.
Josiah broke the elevator.
And the
Regardless,
teacher
Cause
was a
explosion.
Rogar
He's a
puts
little
the
too
helm
friendly with
on.
me.
He thinks of
Yeah.
witchcraft and wizardry.
Wizardry.
Teleporting to the dark zone or some shit right now. Roll me a D100, Rogar.
One.
Oh my god.
I don't know if that's good.
I don't know if it's good or bad. How did it look?
Oh man.
Holy shit. A 1?
Uh-huh.
A one.
Critical success.
We go back to the beginning
Everything
of
is
time.
fine. Don't
Rogar
know.
begins to, he says, hold on. Everybody kind of grabs hands and you begin to, all of you begin to vibrate. You guys begin to flicker.
It's working.
And it's strange as
Looking
it's
around at each
happening.
other.
You're beginning to flicker, and you begin to see the predestined circle within the spire outside of the professor's office that he did show all of you, specifically Velree.
Cinderbane.
You begin to see it, and then you're not there, and then you're there, and you're not there, and then suddenly you are thrust through the immaterium. Space opens up. And instead of instantly teleporting, you end up in a dark, completely dark, empty place. You see before you, almost translucent, like a massive floating mirror, the room containing the teleportation sigil that you are attempting to make it to. However, it appears to be 300 feet away. You are floating in empty space when suddenly many eyes begin to open up around you. You see impossibly large tentacles begin to move in front of the only illumination and then retreat into the emptiness. As you may have had a mishap, Rogar. and you're not sure what's going to happen. The flickering has stopped. However, the portal, your destination, is beginning to get smaller. What do you guys
I've got
like to
another
do?
charge. Can I teleport again, baby?
Rogar? No, you cannot teleport from within this domain.
So are we like floating?
You are currently floating in emptiness.
Swimming.
Trist, how are you swimming?
I don't know. I've never been in anti-gravity before. I'm trying.
Are you using your arms and legs?
Yes.
You are doing
can
nothing.
Zoom
Trist
turn
is
back into
Damn it.
barely moving. There is nothing happening. What do you
Chris,
say?
can you
Bowen?
use Dimension Door?
What do you
That's
want to
right.
try, Trist?
I don't know. I don't know. That's such a good idea.
You want to try, Trist?
Let's
No,
put a
I
portable
don't like
hole
Anthony's
inside of a
tone right
bag
now.
of holding while we're here. Let's just see what happens.
It's like what's that movie called? Inception. You know, teleport inside a teleport.
Yeah, sure. It's going to work fine.
We're
Can
going
you
deeper.
turn
I'll do
back to
something.
a dragon Zoom? And
I'll do something. I could try. Can I try that?
What are you trying to do, Zoom?
Turn into a dragon and get over there. I
You kind of like release yourself, and then you
Real hard.
shift. It takes about a minute or so. Zoom's beginning to shift into his larger dragon form. As he is shifting, the rest of you kind of floating there. Trist is very feebly attempting to move himself. It's not working. You begin to hear a strange, almost impossible language echoing from several sides of the emptiness. And some humanoid shapes, large, begin to flicker in the immaterium. They appear to be twisted, nearly featureless humanoids with loose-hanging hide and insect-like heads.
No.
4 limbs, but the joints twist in every direction as the creature flickers in and out of visibility. A strange wind begins to kind of like swirl around them, frigid, clawing beneath your armor, your clothes, like an unwelcome winter's breeze.
Pissing
As
on me.
the dimensional shamblers are beginning to descend upon all of you.
Save me!
There are a lot of them. They are beginning to swarm out of the darkness. Now is decision time.
Exactly. That's how I feel.
Yell at
Decision time.
Rogar, tell him it's his fault.
I'm going to use my.
Yes, sorry.
I want to use my. I just want to try my divine intervention
Okay.
and
Go ahead
see.
and
It's never
roll your
worked.
D100.
It's never worked. We're shooting for 13 or less, y'all. Let's
You
go.
are.
We've been rolling a lot of ones lately, I think.
Fucking hell.
86. No.
She doesn't hear me.
Razar, you grasp your shield.
God has
attempt
left
to
you.
Pray to your goddess for some kind of divine intervention, and you feel
She
no
doesn't get
connection.
reception in the interdimensional
No,
plane.
she has always forsaken me, but I
Oh.
will never forsake her, huh?
Can I plane shift if I have that ability?
Do you
I mean, you can
have
try.
the components for plane shift, Trist?
I do that. I picked him up at our last downtime.
Okay. You have a fork attuned to a different plane.
Yes.
That's awesome.
What plane did you pick up?
Old man, Tristan.
Old man Trist.
Noise.
I wanted to
Okay.
take the party there, but I didn't have the materials last time.
Trist, you grab a hold quickly.
Grab hands. Everybody grab hands.
Grab hands. And do you have the spell slot? Because
I
it's a
had the
pretty
spell
high
slot.
spell.
I was saving. I have
You're saving
one
it?
7th
Okay.
level spell slot.
Okay, yeah.
Hold on to
Trist,
Dragon Zoom's,
You are.
cloth.
Here's the only thing. You are going to have to make a spellcasting ability check. So
Okay.
for you, it's an intelligence check against your own spell. So
Oh,
the
that's
DC is a
impossible.
17. It's a 17. No, it's not your spell save DC. It is.
Okay.
So you need to get a 17 or above.
Here it goes. I gotta reroll. One reroll. I rewind time. Reaction. 24.
24. The first time you feel, as you begin to intone the words, the shamblers, these almost parasitic-like creatures that suckle from the key in the gate, begin to swarm all of you, drawn to your life. As they begin to swarm around, you falter for a moment, Trist, and you watch as pretty much your entire parties begin to get ripped to pieces, assuredly. And you rewind time for about half a second, and you intone the right language, the right words. And as they do, you feel the reality begin to collapse in around you as you shift, and you appear in a rather quaint study, not too dissimilar from the study that you were attempting to venture towards in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
However, this one, somewhat lit by a small candle, there is a empty chair, a large desk full of stacks of papers, books lining several shelves on the wall. The room appears to be empty.
First off, I would like to welcome everyone to Old Me. This is where I occasionally go to get away from you and try to learn things of the magical nature. He is not here right now, but it's been a long time I mean to take you here, so welcome.
I'm gonna start snooping around immediately.
Oh,
begin
this
to-
is
Velree,
amazing.
be careful with that. Crashes onto the ground, breaks.
Yes, she knocks over a pile of books. They just kind of smell over on the ground. There are strange arcane devices littering the walls. As soon as something falls over, the only door exiting this room, explodes inwards. I shouldn't say explode. It very rapidly is opened. And a somewhat stooped, very ancient-looking Tristan Varel enters the room. Oh! Who is it? Oh!
It's me!
It's you! Oh, I see
How are
you've
you?
brought your companions this time. Oh, very well, very well. Oh, my. It has been so long since I've seen you all. Not this one, though.
Oh.
He's a new addition. You smell of divinity. Strange.
Oh, I am Resire, huh?
You may call me Varel, or his old Trist, I suppose. This is very odd for
Time
me as well.
wizards are fascinating, huh? You are old, you are young, sometimes you are evil. I don't know, huh?
Yes, you should stay away from the more fiendish individual. He is unsavory, to say the least. Well, what has happened to our young bard? You look strange. Crystalline, even.
Yeah, he drank a potion of crystalline dragon power.
My lord,
Yeah.
do you have any?
Oh, God. No, I have the bottle. Could you make more? Like from the remnants? Do
Quickly,
you know how to make
give
more?
it to me.
Okay. I'm going to give him the bottle.
Sees it.
You
I
guys got any more of that there dragon juice?
Trist, make me an Arcana check, Trist. You're making this for Old Man Trist, since you guys have the same stats.
Okay. I assume I can make his. I can make his without exhaustion.
Yes.
Oh, a 26.
26. He looks inside. Oh, yes, just enough. And he begins to move his hand. And you watch as several just like drops of liquid begin to float out into his palm. Magnificent. I can't believe you must have been quite dire for you to ingest this. You have to tell me of it later. I'm sorry, I'm being quite rude. He produces a vial and then takes it and stoppers the liquid.
I do an
Yes,
insight
indeed.
check on this guy.
Give me an insight check, Sue.
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm not reading his mind. I'm being polite. Oh, I can't. Oh, yes, I can do an insight check. Haha.
Okay.
Wait, but as a dragon, do I get to use my original
Um,
stats?
It's like a polymorph, so I think you have
Yeah.
to use the dragon stats.
Okay. Odd. What is insight for?
I'm sure it's pretty good, to
Plus.
be honest with you. It's probably pretty decent.
What would it be? So it's wisdom check.
It's wisdom.
So +2. Do I still get my
Does it have proficiency and insight?
proficiency?
It should say skills, and if it has the skill listed,
Stealth, perception, and survival.
nope. So it doesn't have insight. So just a +2.
So just basic +2.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do that. It's not going to be good. 14.
14. Is that with a +2?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Zune. You kind of look at this man, trying to discern his intentions. He's hard to read. He seems to be eccentric, polite, withered, ancient, beyond time. You would know that, Trist is an elf. You are an elf. This man looks ancient. He must be impossibly old. Who knows what carrots of wisdom he might hold within his weathered brain. But you don't feel any ill intent from him, Zune.
So, Trist.
Yes?
Yeah, we both respond.
Not my Trist, but other Trist.
Yes, of course. How about you just call me Professor?
Professor
that's mostly what I go
Trist.
by these days.
All right, yes, Professor. What happens to the rest of us?
Oh, in my many years, it is not a good thing to discuss with others.
Fantastic.
It's for one, the same reality is malleable. It is not identical in every realm, every version of yourself. Things may come to pass, they may not. It is difficult to tell. As you can notice with the various versions of ourselves.
And also, apparently, this Tristan doesn't know who Rosier is. He never met the man.
No, this is quite strange. He is an odd character, to say the least.
Well, I do apologize for popping in here like this. I wanted to have more of a heads up of a warning, but we were in some dire situations, and
That is fine, anytime.
Last resort.
He looks towards Velree. Oh, you look the same. It's quite refreshing.
I feel like I would always look like this. What do you mean?
Like I said, I cannot speak on the inevitable outcomes, but it is good to see you again.
Like run up to him and be like, what do you mean?
You try to intimidate him, Velree?
I don't know. I just not like in a mean way. Just like I really want to tell me what you know. When am I gonna die?
You kind of like grab him, kind of like shake him. He's like, come now, come. Yes, why osteoporosis? Don't shake me too much. I'm brittle. You met an ill end very long ago. I'm sorry.
Did I kill the bastard?
No.
What?
You married him.
What?
Oh.
Well, we're getting married.
I'm just like, I don't.
Velree's gonna marry Zune.
Hey, wait. What did I miss? I'm so sorry. Who
I
got
think I might
married? Who?
instinctively like slap him when he says that.
You slap him?
God.
Oh my god.
Who does she marry? What did I I miss.
How
Oh,
hard do you slap this man?
not. I mean, I'm not trying to like hurt him. Like, I don't want to like
Spin-
put
spinning
damage points to him. I
dice.
just like, I'm like, it was like a shock of like, what do you mean?
I've seen this before with one of Matt's
You
characters.
slap him. He. Oh!
Give me
Oh.
that. No big deal.
Oh!
Sorry, I was looking at the books. What did I miss?
Like,
You
I'll
begins
tell you in a sec, but my eyes like turned a little ragey for a second, but then I like,
Please. As soon as I will say this, you go to slap him.
oh boy.
Make a wisdom saving throw, Velree,
Okay.
Yes.
against Tristan Farrell's spell save DC.
Well, it's not good.
Nope, that's not gonna be enough. You go move to slap him, Velree, and you are frozen as you
That's fine.
as you just stop in place
Wait.
as he has shunted you temporarily for just a moment. He's like, oh, and he kind of like
All right.
moves back to the side of his desk before it dissipates, and you're. And he's
Velree, we're on a guest.
Over
You can't be
there.
slapping people.
It's all right. It's all right. Trist, she's quite upset. This is why I don't discuss these things.
I apologize. I shouldn't
God.
have brought them here.
Rogar wants to.
Wait.
Rogar is trying to investigate the room while all this is happening.
Okay, Rogar, give me an investigation check, Rogar.
Invite you all into the home of a
I'm
friend.
gonna
and
Zoom
you immediately
calm me
attack
down. Got me. Come on.
11.
Yeah,
11.
it's like that
Picture.
picture of the woman crying and pointing to the cat, that meme, and the other one holding her like, whoa. Yeah, that whole thing just happened. So, this is awkward. Professor, what's it's gonna be weird. Could you tell us about the many eyes?
Many eyes. Did you
The thing that
Trist, did you pass through his realm once again?
Yeah, it was Rogar's fault
No.
this time. We
yeah,
had no
that was
choice.
Rogar.
What have you what have you done? He begins
Just
to
threw
very
Rogar
frantically.
under the bus.
He begins to frantically look through his desk. Where is it? Where is
Rogar,
it?
what did you do?
He pulls out a drawer. And it's this point, Rogar, you're kind of in looking around the room. You see a plethora of textbooks, scrolls. A lot of them you can't read. They're in Elven. Some of them are in even more bizarre languages. I will say, Rogar, you are drawn to a strange painting that he has covered. And you kind of like just as all this chaos is ensuing, and he's frantically searching through his doors. You begin to move the paint, the what you call it, the drapes aside, the tarp kind of over the painting, and it's on the wall. You begin to kind of like move the curtains aside, and what you see is it is almost first off, it's very, what's the word? It seems ancient. It has antiquity beaming from it. It's large. It's a large canvas. You're not sure what the medium is. However, the content, it looks like a elven city of some kind. The elves appear, it's almost like a mural, and it's quite large. And what you see is these hooded elves, some of them wielding like staves and wands and various other arcane implements. There are aspects of magic and things being summoned from these individuals towards what looks like a massive open portal, spilling out of it many tentacles, many eyes, strange abominations. You see very accurately depicted shamblers moving to and fro over the many individuals in this painting. You also see in attendance, besides the more elven-looking people, there are these metallic men that instantly spark to mind the the Warforged that you guys encountered previously. You immediately see that this is what they are depicting, and they're in rows, formations, almost like marching towards the hole. As you are looking at it, Tristan, the old Professor Trist, is frantically looking through his desk. You watch Rogar as one of the shamblers from the painting peels itself off the painting, begins to shift and then enlarge itself in the room. As it does, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these creatures begin to spill out in front of you, Rogar, as you take steps back, and they begin to apparate into existence. As this happens, Trist's and he pulls out almost like a crystal marked with several different symbols on it, and he chants a spell and crushes it in his hand. And as he does, a reverberation echoes throughout the chamber, and the shamblers are disapparated. They screech and cry in their abominable language, and they are scattered back. The room is once again empty as the crystal crumbles the dust in his hands and all across the table. Oh, that was close. I will need the up the wards. Need the up the wards. You have stepped in it this time. I told you. You are delving into things you do not understand. Did you at least bring the orb?
I got 2 orbs on me now. Besides, this guy tried to take it. We took care of him. And now I got a second one. This one's not as cool as the first one.
Who tried to take it?
Some guy was Kazan. He thought he was some big shot.
Thunderstrike?
Yeah, we dealt with him. He's still alive, though.
Do not trust that man, Trist.
Oh, I didn't. Luckily, this guy sacrificed his life so we could take the orb back. Some dragonborn.
Very well. Let's see it. You bring the orb out.
Orbitindulos.
Oh, magnificent. He caresses it as he kind of looks it over.
Should I do another insight? Oh no, this guy's giving me skeevies.
Meanwhile, the rest of you don't touch anything. Just kind of sit still.
As he
move.
caresses it, he begins to mutter, "You know, there's only one of its existence in all of space and time. Just this one." As he kind of begins to look it over once again. Sorry. Do we even have time for this, Varel?
I think we do. They might disagree. We also came out with this cool book too. Kezan wanted this book.
What book?
It's this journal about this pirate captain.
Let me see this journal.
Hand him the journal.
Mentioned
something about some type of secret base up in the Thundering Summits.
The journal of Arbag Swiftstride.
Mm-hmm.
Is handed to him. He begins to look it over. Yes. I somewhat remember this. I do believe Mo glossed this at one point.
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
He met a grisly fate in my time.
Mine as well.
Sounds badass. He's probably a really good dude. Mo, what a great name.
He was a stalwart companion, I must say. Reliable. A little smelly, but reliable. You have looked at this, correct? You do see the pattern here. As he begins to
I
point
glanced at it.
He begins to point out a pattern. It describes 3 points. He brings out a map. Well, I do believe this is a map of your realm. As he has a map, more tailored to the Emberfell that you guys know and love. This is Dracora here, where you see the dynasty and the kingdom. And he makes a mark. He says, the coordinates here. And you would see there are marks on what all of you believe to be Conwich. And then here, he moves down into the Whispering Dunes. Makes a mark somewhere near the center of the large desert. And another here. He moves far to the north, to the Frigid Wastes. And he makes a mark near what looks like a cliff-like plateau. Rogar would recognize that place. It is not far from the Children of Amu, where his tribe makes their homestead.
Yeah, Conwich is where Kezan was setting up shop, and I believe we were heading towards the Whispering Dunes once we finished this endeavor.
Well, I can tell you this. Have you heard any... the words are thin spots, what we refer to them. Places where the realms shift and meld. I'm sure you've ventured through some in the past.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, Kezan also... It's like he was trying to collect one more thing. Like he needed... I don't know if it was something from each of these places, maybe, but he wanted the orb when he had the book. He acted like he needed one more item.
Each of these places are thin places, but unlike most that connect the material to something near the material, usually the realm of the fairy or the realm of shadow, possibly even the elemental planes. These are places marred by reality. When the insanity overtook the material, these are places where the far touches. Places where the bizarre can become reality.
Good to know.
I know not what you might find, but if this journal is to be believed, I think you should take a look at the name. And he points to a name, Trist. Specifically, where is it? There's a mention in the journal. As soon as I find it. Bitch. Nope, not there. Fortress. Oh, not there either. Damn it. I was not prepared for you to visit Old Man Trist. I hate you all for this.
I wasn't either. Exactly. Velree's knocking stuff over.
Yes, exactly.
Picking things up, shaking them.
Tomes. Damn it, man. Where is this? Sorry to leave you in raptured belief right now.
We can come back to it later if we need to.
Yes, currently
Slips your mind. It
loss.
happens. We all get old at some point.
Yes, you say that, but for some of us, it's been a little more taxing than others. Here. Yes.
So, Professor. Oh,
So-
you got-
So he makes note of the journal. The journal is Captain Arbeck Swiftstride. However, Trist, there is a mention of a, what would you call it? What would he be called? Not a second mate. He would be a consultant. This man apparently was the driving force behind the Twilight's Horizon. He was the one that the dynasty called forth to build and hem in the schematics of the ship that was said to be able to path to far-flung Kadath. The man in question is named Vastian Terrell. And he was responsible for the chrono drive. And it is said that he volunteered to act as a personal aide during the test flight when the ship went missing. He says, you see it, don't you? You see it, right?
Yeah, it's a bit peculiar.
Perhaps you are
It's
not
the same.
ready. Think on it long and hard.
So,
Was that
how is it spelled?
Bastian? You want me to spell it for you?
Is that with a B or a V?
With a V. Vastian.
Yeah, I spelled it right.
Like a
Terrell.
Lord Voldemort.
Tarrel.
It sounds very similar.
Just a coincidence.
Yeah, his name is Dristan Terrell. No relation.
Yeah, as far as I know, just a coincidence.
Are we going to be here long enough to take a long rest? Because that would be awesome.
That's what I was about to get
Is that
to.
what you guys want to do?
That's what I was about to
I
get
mean-
to. If we wanted to
I mean,
stay,
I
or
think
if Professor
we
Tristan
all
can send
need
us
it.
back.
Is he gonna let us stay?
I mean, I
Ancient
can,
Trist.
He can manipulate time.
yes. Son of Amu. Yes.
How long does time move the same here as it does where we're from?
For the most part, it does, yes.
So if we stayed 8 hours here, it would be roughly 8 hours back where we're from.
Should be.
Professor, are we doing the right thing from your experience by trying to systematically take out the Mar? Are they really...
The cutthroats, yes. They are quite a dubious individuals. In my time, let's just say that a fair few of my adventuring party met their end at their hands.
Yeah, but were they in... Was it they met their end invading their homes and slaughtering them, or was it they were just innocent victims that just got taken out?
No,
It's like a self-defense thing.
Just do realize that these are abhorrent individuals, the filth of society, literal scum. They deserve no
I hear
quarter.
you, Professor.
But if you are asking if it is your job to remove them, I am not your master of any sorts. You make your own decisions. Are they a threat to
asking-
society? Very much so.
Yes, but are they actually trying to prevent the horrible, horrible, evil thing from getting to us?
I will say this. The whispered one, the one we do not speak of, has many faces, many plans, many pawns, easily manipulated to doing his bidding.
We those
They-
pawns?
I profess its ability, I should say, is far beyond our mortal understanding.
Ancient Trist. I have a question about Nyarla.
What is this, Nyarla?
You are unaware of Nyarla.
Not exactly sure who that is.
Never mind.
Seems to me like you don't know a lot of stuff, so I'm gonna say what you said earlier to me does not apply. Maybe you just got
This
some
is
dementia
why we
going.
don't speak of what transpires in different timelines.
Well, I mean, you could have not spoken about it, but you chose to her specifically, so that's not like
She was threatening
Just saying,
me.
you can't-
It brought up old memories.
It was
Staring at
threatening.
me
you
on the
can't tell
ceiling,
me what
drinking my
happens
blood.
to the rest of us.
I had a flashback. It was a moment of weakness. I apologize.
Yeah,
Like my
that's
teeth.
fine. Well, all that said, did you kill my mother in this timeline as well?
No, you have a mother.
Oh, never mind. Everything's fine. Um, what do you mean do I have a mother? Like, did I just spontaneously like appear one day?
Well, you're
Do
a
we
very strange individual, to say the least. Very mysterious. I knew nearly nothing of you.
Oh, new fast tense. Okay, thank you.
Besides the
That's
plethora of men that you ran through, it was quite disturbing. There was a trail of those bodies, the count so high. Impossibly high.
I have to meet myself now. I have to ask questions. Can we leave this room? Like, are bad things going to happen if we leave?
I would not recommend, especially since you have drawn the ire of the key in the gate. You should not leave at this very moment.
You teach us your
If you
cool
wish,
trip.
I can send you back to where you belong.
Yeah, that
Could
would
you
be
teach
nice.
us- Could
We've
you-
spent enough
no.
time here.
No, teach us how to stop the shamblers first. That thing you
Oh.
did with the crystal.
Oh, that is literally all I had, unless you happen to have a 20-pound piece of raw ember at your disposal.
We
Ha.
do. We have two.
What do you know?
Wow,
That's all. That's
You
all.
do?
Just give him the head. Give him the head.
fascinating. What are you gonna do, Rogar? You gonna pull a piece out?
Should pay him for
give
his
him a
trouble.
piece for his troubles. You know, I'll reach in with some cloth and summon a piece of ember into the cloth.
Well, you pull out like a chunk of like piece of like an arm. Pull it out. My lords,
For your
impressive.
trouble, ancient Trist.
He intones the equivalent of a levitation kind of spell, and the ember floats from your hand. He floats it over to his desk. Oh, miraculous! This looks almost humanoid. You must tell me where you found it, Trist, but perhaps another time.
Yeah, what a coincidence.
Give me an hour. I'll make one for you.
Okay. That's cool.
I
do
believe we
that.
have an hour. You have an hour, right?
Enough time for you to take a short rest if you need one. As Professor Trist begins to. He takes the crystal. He says, "Now you need to stay in this room. It has been warded, but it is tenuous at best for now. I need to go to my laboratory beyond, and I will be back in an hour." He opens the door and leaves. You're left
We are digging through everything. We're looking
digging
through all the things.
through
I am
everything.
gonna look around,
Okay. What are we gonna
read
do?
things.
Give me an investigation check, Zoom.
Yes. Please give me a history book or something.
By the way, you are no longer a dragon,
Yeah,
and you
that's
have
fine.
all of your exhaustion once again. So make it a
That's-
disadvantage.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That hurts a little, but that's fine. So let's see. Do. So that's 1. Do. That's 2. 15 is my low.
15. Soon you begin to kind of look through some of the nearby vestments of Professor Trist. With a 15, you find a smattering of books hidden somewhat behind what looks like it looks like it was at
Velree
one
fan
point.
fiction.
Well, at one point it looks like it was arcane sealed. It looks like there was a seal that held this piece of the wall shut. So you're kind of looking through. There's like an entire like stone that just moves aside. You see its opening, moves aside, and there is a collection of books inside. You take one out, Zoom. You open it, and as you do, you almost shut it immediately. As you are met with a very detailed, almost picture of your sister in some not so tasteful clothing.
No.
Laying on like a bed with like a chain, and there's a couple things, and you just like, and you shut the book real fast.
There's a loud
I would like.
boom.
What would that be? Would that be dexterity to throw that at Trist's head? Like what? What would that be?
You throw it.
You sick fuck.
You sick bastard.
I'm just sitting there embarrassed.
You're like,
When I get a
oh,
book
shit.
thrown at me.
You're like, oh, damn it.
I want to snoop
about
and see if there's
myself?
anything about like Velree, anything related to my past,
Okay.
my
Why
husband.
don't you give me an investigation check, Velree?
And if I don't find anything, I'm gonna mix up all his shit everywhere.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation check, please.
I know.
This is the
Like,
last
move
time I
similar
do anyone
looking
a
bottles.
favor.
16. 16 is not bad. That's pretty damn good, actually.
That's disadvantage too. Nice.
I know that's really good. Velree, you begin to like this old bastard. You see the books that Zune has unearthed. One of the tomes that she just throws at Trist. You kind
I
of
pick it up, take a look at it.
take a look, and you're like, wow. You're like, I should keep this. You close the book.
Going in the bag.
In the bag. It's in the bag. Velree, you move over to the collection that Zune is unearthed, and you find what looks like a small journal. And it appears to be an accounting of some of the final adventures of one Tristan Farrell
Mhm.
before he went into retirement, into seclusion. The last adventure that he went on, or I say adventure, the last bit that you uncover is a trip to what he refers to as the Plane of Shadow.
I'm pulling up my notes.
To confront a creature, a ancient thing, a dark malevolent force that had sway over one of his companions. Dark malevolent force. He refers to it as Lord Sin. Lives in a castle in a plane of powdered bone, where Velree, his Velree, succumbed to Lord Sin's advances, turned on her party, killed Zune, Rosier, or Rogar,
This is a damn lie.
with Tristan Varel able to barely escape by himself.
Coward. I'm kidding.
Okay, I'm not gonna reveal that to anyone else, and I'm gonna
Now,
hide that.
You don't reveal it. Well, your intelligence is not very high, Velree, so
He
yes,
throws
you
that
don't
book at
reveal
me
it.
too.
Huh?
You close the book. Do you put it back, or do you put it somewhere else?
No, I would try and actually I'm just gonna keep it with me until I'm gonna take it with me out of here and then like
Okay.
burn it somewhere along the way.
You kind of like take it with you, kind of like stash it away.
Yeah.
Drop it in the interdimensional plane on the way out.
Does anybody else want to do anything while they're in here? Anyone else want to rummage through Professor Trist's stuff?
I don't want to rummage, but I would like our Trist to take a look at this black dagger.
Okay.
Black dagger time.
Trist, you move over. You begin to look at the dagger. This is definitely a sacrificial dagger, Trist. As you look it over, it is wreathed with dark magic of some kind. It drips a venomous poison, but not one of the body. It is one of the mind. This is what you can determine, what you've heard references of as a whispering dagger. Now, it's not in D&D Beyond yet. I have to put it in, but it exists.
All right, noted. Whispering dagger.
Quick question.
Yes.
Did I notice quickly, was there more to it than just what you told me? Like, was there more things about me, or was that pretty much all it was?
That's in the last little bit. That's what you discover.
Okay.
Now,
like, I would want to know if there's more about my life before, like.
No, there is nothing like that. Mm-mm. That's all you get from the glance that you've made so far.
Okay. Well, I've pocketed it. I'm keeping it.
You're keeping it. Got it.
We seeing her pocket this? How sneaky are you, baby?
I'm being stealthy. I'm pretty fucking stealthy.
You are pretty stealthy.
I'll roll. You want me to roll?
Go ahead and make
roll.
a
I
sleight
want
of
to see if it beats my
hand check,
passive.
Velree.
Oh, sleight of hand.
Yeah, it's not stealth. It's going to be sleight of hand.
Damn it.
I don't see you approach the bookshelf,
Hold
but I
on.
do see you
Oh,
pick
no.
the book.
Oh,
I'm using
we
a
all
lucky.
see what's happening.
Oh yeah, use luck. Yeah, of course. Yeah, roll one more of those.
Oh wait, I rolled twice. Oh, well, it
That
doesn't
doesn't matter. It's not going to
Oh,
Is
matter.
it against our passive perception?
It is against your passive perception. Now, since you are at a disadvantage, your passive perceptions are lowered by 5. However,
Okay.
a 6 is still not nearly enough to pass over Zune or even Rosier's passive perception. So,
Not mine
Did you find
either.
more smut, Velree?
I
What'd
don't
you
think it's
say?
past anyone's.
Did you find more smut, Velree?
Everyone just looks at
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yep, everyone looks over there
Inside
like,
check. No, I'm kidding. No.
Velree pockets it. Trista's already pocketed the other book.
Yeah, it's a beautiful piece of art.
Are there any other books that don't have nude pictures of my sister?
You kind of look over some of the other books soon. A lot of these are strange, written in bizarre languages. One of them that you can read that is written in Sylvan. So you can somewhat read the title, but it's kind of like Old English
Yeah.
because you can read Elvish, so it's an archaic form of Elvish. And it refers to itself as the the dimensional guide to far off Carcosa.
Like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, is that I
Somewhat.
like this. All right. I will yeah, I'm taking that. I know nothing about it, but I'm taking it.
Okay.
I'm gonna learn
like,
Old English or Old Elvish now.
Yeah, you're like, I'm gonna take this. All right.
We're just taking shit, guys.
Yeah, you guys are just taking things
Yes.
from Professor Trist.
You're all borrowing this. We're gonna return it.
Trist is like, we're returning everything. Professor Tristan opens the door. It is done. He
Dirty old bastard.
hands the old the very refined crystal. You notice that it has taken on a different color. It's taken on it has taken almost a gray blue almost color to it. He hands it to Trist. Best if you hold on to this. If something were to happen, this will scatter the aberrant back to their realm temporarily. I suggest that you use that opportunity to remove yourself from your current situation.
Is everybody ready to go?
As a caveat, if they are a powerful creature, they may be able to resist its pull.
What makes things interesting now?
This is a crystal of banishing aberrant. So it has a spell DC of 20 because it has been souped up with raw ember. So just make a note of that. You'll have to add it manually.
Noted. Thank you again. I apologize for bringing these people here. I don't know what I expected. I thought they would.
These people.
Oh, it's fine.
I thought they would behave, a little more politely instead of pilfering.
Rogar, are you gonna let him talk about you like that?
Velree, huh?
Brings me back to the good old days.
You've all embarrassed me.
Very picture. Oh.
We have never not embarrassed you, Trist. Why would today be any different?
He looks
and also,
over.
especially old Trist would know, huh? He would know us already, huh?
His passive perception, even though his eyes are somewhat going, is much higher than all of yours, with the exception of his companion. He looks over towards the not so subtly perused hidden shelf. Oh my!
Yeah, don't know me very well, huh?
He looks towards.
Don't know my
Zoom.
mom. Not know my family very well, friend.
What is he talking about, Trist?
Yeah. What am I talking about, Trist?
Zoom gets on these tangents where he just starts attacking people verbally. He attacked a man with no legs and no arms.
That man started it.
I'm gonna yell, "You fucked his sister!"
What?
That's right.
Anyway.
I mean, I thought you did too, though.
What?
Didn't they? Wasn't there like an orgy that was involved at a certain point?
You weren't.
You weren't there, Rogar. How dare you?
I know. I wasn't there. I was outside.
Right? You were guarding Yarla.
Those are with the tiefling twins. Those are different people.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Most of them had a bad trip on that one. Well, we'll be departing now. Probably never come back here.
He whispers to you, Trist. No, I am gonna want that book back. I'll be honest with you.
Don't worry. I'll bring it back.
Quite precious to me.
Yeah, I'll bring it back. Don't worry.
Very well, very well. Did they take anything else?
Velree took something. I'll get that back for you too.
Okay, very well. He snaps his fingers. As he does, all of the stolen items begin to glow brightly on Trist, Velree, and Zune. Says, well, I will let you know that those are property of Professor Trist, they shall be returned in due time.
Maybe fill out a library card or something, Professor.
And he specifically looks towards the one Velree's holding. That is not going anywhere.
Why not? Why do they get to
This-
take theirs?
That is
This is
quite
true, that's not
personal,
very
my
fair.
dear.
What?
Oh, but the naked picture of my sister is not. This is great.
First off, I did not know that was your sister. Second off, that is the love of my life you're speaking of.
Is she still alive?
In a way, yes.
What does that mean?
It's a long story. I'll be taking that book back, Velree.
Can you tell me that I need more time? I need to read it.
No, this is not meant for you. Like I said, you cannot mess with reality too much. You will bring doom upon us all.
You don't want to be obsessive over it, Velree.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like we're already diverging, right? He doesn't know who Rosier is.
Yeah.
I mean, is it really going to mess with anything?
We don't know what we're diverging. This might be our path.
I mean, like, Shamblers are already after us. How much
You
more
know,
damage could we
perhaps
possibly do? But
Old
okay.
Trist is the one who has diverged, huh?
This is
That is
true.
true.
Perhaps our Trist
Oh.
does not marry your sister.
Please,
So-
if I'm going to send you back, that is my price of admission.
Okay.
Sorry, Velree.
It's not fair. I need something. I don't know.
Can she exchange it for another book?
Perhaps a ticket home would be a good exchange.
That's great,
Sounds-
but I mean,
sounds
you already
fair.
want to get rid of us.
If we're being,
Sounds
if I'm
like we're
being
doing
honest,
you a favor.
I'm asking nicely for now.
Okay, this is true. Trist can get kind of scary. All right, I think we should just give it back and leave.
I begrudgingly.
You kind of like
Very
move the
good.
book. It moves on its own. He kind of like manipulates it and brings it back to his hand. He also removes the one from Zune's backpack. From his little
No.
sack. He moves it and then sees it and says, hmm. He hands it to Trist and says, they can
Painful.
only read it under your discretion and do not read the second half under any circumstances.
Which book is
Okay.
this? Oh, the Traveler's Guide one?
The Hitchhiker's Guide, yes.
It's called The Traveler's Guide to Far Off Carcosa.
Okay.
That's so cool.
I'll
it
read it
mention
to
the
Zuna as a
tower?
bedtime story.
Only the first half. Do not look, do not read the second half.
What happens,
Got it.
hypothetically, just so we know how dangerous it is?
Do not do it.
Don't do it, Zune.
Okay.
June is totally gonna do it.
I slipped that book in my bag too.
Okay. All right. Everyone grab hands. You will link together.
Yay.
He will spend his very high level spell slot to plane shift all of you back to your own Ember. Is there any place in particular you'd like to be dropped off?
With the body that we have, probably near some kind of healer or the place we were meant to drop it off in the first place, the captain.
Okay. Do you
Captain?
want to be Silver Dry?
I think that'd be a good idea.
All right. He's going to shift you to the lower city of Silver Dry, near the gate that leads into the Underdark, the encampment, where the captain, is currently located. As the portal shifts and moves, all of you begin to feel your consciousness diminish and then replenish in your new found home. As you begin to slip and move, Trist, Professor Trist, grabs you on the shoulder and holds you for just a second or so as everyone else is slipping away. I suggest you tread carefully, my friend. You don't know who to trust. And he lets go of your shoulder.
Oh, it's hard to do
As
with this
you-
group.
Are zipped
Now
away.
yell out, "What's the meaning of life?"
As all of you reappear in Silver Rye. A few hours later than you previously had left your material, as you are plopped near the garrison for the city watch. That's where we're going to take our first break.